I should record myself on Riverside, have a solo show.
Yeah. You have this whole other podcast going on that's making fun of me. Like I'm not, it's just like when your daughter was, I remember when you told me she used to do this, she'd walk around thinking she was filming like a YouTube video. It's like, hey guys, but it never went anywhere, but she thought it was. Yeah. That's what's happening.
That is what's happening.
I think that this podcast actually goes out, but it's this elaborate, layered project of yours that's gained real virality.
Yeah.
Because people are like, this dumbass thinks he has a podcast, but he doesn't.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. And you know what? If you actually pulled that off, I'd respect you.
You would.
I really would. Anybody who pulled that off, I'd respect them.
Yeah.
Like, joke's on me, but
3 years into it, it's like, this is like the Truman Show.
Yeah. It would be a lot like the Truman Show. Just less consequential.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But they would never see you. In the Truman Show, like we watch Truman. This show, we just hear Jared.
No. They would definitely see me. Like there's hidden cameras around the room.
Mm.
It would come out and say, do you think that this trashy, cluttery shithole of a studio
this is awful
was just by accident or because I'm a dirty person? No, it was intentional to make me think, hey, that camera up in the corner over there, that's just somebody left that there.
Yeah.
It's not on.
Yeah. It's old.
And then come to find out, I'm getting Truman'd.
That's good. Take a sip.
Sounds good in these microphones.
How you been?
I've been good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to see
you. How have you been?
I'm surprised. We're here.
I know.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this. I looked. It's January 30th.
Jeez.
That's a long time.
And I love how we get excited. We're like, all right, guys, we're back on.
That doesn't matter.
2 weeks go by.
Yeah.
And we get a couple out there.
But this is a commitment right now.
I'll say this is a loose commitment, but it's the commitment we should harden up.
Yeah.
Tighten up.
Yeah. Put some paperwork to it. Have AI draw up a contract.
Too easy.
Whatever.
I did have
AI create the contract. We'll just, whatever AI says, we'll just trust it.
I've had AI do that for the best friend contract.
Mm.
Contractually obligated best friend. It's serious, dead serious.
Yeah.
I had to print it out and send it to him. He signed it.
He did?
Yeah. So now we're contractually obligated.
Wow.
So I would be your best friend, but
you got a deal. Well, can you not do that in North Carolina? You can't have two?
No, man. I mean, the legal ramifications just...
Definition of best is it can only be one?
Yeah, there's a clear definition, a clear legal definition of best.
But what if someone come with bestest?
Yeah, well, that's not a real word. But I guess if you were able to get it legally changed, added to the dictionary...
You don't think it's a real word?
Bestest?
Yeah. I mean, it pops up.
Asbestos.
It's the very best.
The very best. Yeah. What that's telling you is you're a moron or you're a fifth grader.
It's a grammatically incorrect word. So that's right. Grammarly said that. That's AI.
Well, Grammarly's the smartest.
Yeah. I mean, Merriam-Webster apparently isn't good enough anymore because they think it's a word.
Merriam-Webster does?
Yeah.
That's because they're woke.
Are they really? 1751 was first known use of the word bestest.
Yeah, well...
They got it mixed up with something else. You gotta get a trial. You could get a free trial to the dictionary. That's what they want you to do. It's all advertisements on this shit. We're just surrounded by ads. It's just awful.
It is awful.
You can't go anywhere. I've realized it. Like sporting events, it's not about obviously this, but like it's just selling shit.
Yeah.
It's like the one place we can pull people in, either in the venue or on television. And it's just ad after ad after ad. It's so awful.
Yeah. You know what they're screaming? We are desperate for money.
Yeah.
We're not making money.
No.
It's terrible.
They are making money.
Of course they are.
They're making value. That's what they're making.
You mean they're creating value?
They're creating. No, they're building up.
Look it up. Can you say making value?
I don't know say anything you want to say.
Type it in.
Are you making value? Can you
see what Grammarly says? And then see what Merriam-Webster says. And then we'll really know the truth.
Who was Merriam?
You don't know about Merriam-Webster?
Well, it's two different people because there's a hyphen. So you think Merriam-Webster was one person?
Yeah, just like Holland Oates. It's one dude.
No.
Holland Oates.
Oh. I saw Holland Oates.
Did you?
In concert.
You saw him?
I did.
That's great.
I had the tape.
It's a little shout out to It's Always Sunny.
Ooh.
No.
Yeah. No. I was at a record store this past weekend.
That's really great,
they had
buddy.
CDs and
Tell
tapes
me more.
Called the Lunchbox in Charlotte. It's actually really cool. It was packed.
Wow.
It was packed. The records are back. Did you know that?
And records have been back for a while.
They have been back, but this place was happening. And I was just like, wow, you could buy cassettes here.
You can buy cassettes?
Cassettes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if I could sell
CDs,
cassettes there.
Like records, you understand because it's like high quality audio files. I just love that shit. They're really big.
Right.
You can present them. You can just look off. But
tapes.
Look and be smart. Tapes are.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because I got rid of all mine. Apparently, they're worth a few bucks.
Yeah, well, a few bucks can go a long way these days, especially the tariffs.
They really can't.
Nah,
They can't.
they can't.
You can't get lunch for under $20.
No, you can't. Which is crazy.
Is it crazy?
Family of four going through the Burger King drive-thru is like $40.
It's crazy.
I'm like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
$40.
Yeah.
You know what's a great place that I just discovered
Tell me.
that everybody else has known about for a long time? Aldi. Holy shit, man!
Oh,
I feel
yeah.
like I've gone back 20 years. The
Yeah.
prices in there.
You should bring your own cart. No, I don't know.
Yeah, you drop a quarter in there.
Oh, you get a quarter?
Yeah, you take a quarter. Although when we were there, you didn't have to do that. They were all unchained.
Could you go to like Whole Foods, take their card?
Aldi
cart,
Unchained?
Throw the shit
Shut
in the
up.
back?
Shut
Sorry,
up.
sorry.
Aldi Unchained.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I like that.
Okay.
I think that's a great ad campaign. I don't know exactly what would be in it, but it just sounds cool. Aldi Unchained.
I'm just reading about Merriam-Webster. George and Charles Merriam founded the company as G&C Merriam in Springfield, Mass. Everything. Springfield, Mass is like, it's a big place. 1843. After, here it comes all together, Noah Webster died.
Whew.
They brought the rights to an American dictionary of the English language from Webster's estate, and then the rest is history.
Man. Do you think they had scandal?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of shit.
I bet. Think there was incest?
That estate, like who's like the descendants of those guys?
I don't know.
That shit just keeps paying.
Yeah, until now.
Yeah. But AI's pulling shit from the dictionary.
Are they paying Merriam-Webster?
That's a problem. Really not.
Yeah, so this is where it's going to get into the legal battle in the future here. Merriam-Webster's going to say AI is stealing from us, but how do you prosecute AI unless you treat it like you treat a corporation? Like, well, AI is a person. And then all of a sudden we assign sentience to it, even though or personhood, even though it's not. And then it just creates this never-ending legal battle of, is it sentient? Is it a person?
Yeah.
If they haven't already done so, I think that's what's going to happen.
Guess who got involved in the dictionary world? The encyclopedia people.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Britannica.
Oh,
They bought them in 1964. That's wild shit.
well, you got to circle the wagons.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Good business move.
Why don't they have an AI company? They're just not innovators, I guess.
Because Britannica is like, dude, AI is not going to disrupt us.
Yeah.
We're Encyclopedia Britannica.
I guess Wikipedia already took care of that.
Wow, Wikipedia was so good for a while, and then it's just become a total...
Why? Because people just like write bullshit in there?
No, I mean, well, it really started, seems to go downhill during, COVID. You just had a bunch of, like an army of...
COVID?
Yeah, well, they would just go on and
COVID.
start to... It was just this weird thing where it used to be better community regulated, and then, I don't know, it just... I used to be able to trust Wikipedia, because they would cite all the sources and who the authors were that were put in there, but it's just gone downhill to where it's like, stuff was being changed on the fly to influence public opinion.
Yeah.
I can't remember the exact, you could look up what happened to Wikipedia.
They always ask you every few months, they give us $1.
Yeah. I'm like, no, man, I'm not going to do
They're
that.
like the guy that's Wikipedia standing at the corner, asking you for whatever you got.
Yeah. Yeah.
Half drinking coffee.
Yeah. Well, it's like the guys that are like the young guys at the corner over here who, and I'm telling you, they're full of shit.
Oh, wow. Okay.
These guys that are begging on the corner here, and I'm going to tell you this here. I recognize them
Oh, wow.
from the UNCC area when we used to live over there.
Oh, yeah. You
Same
said
fucking
that.
crew.
Yeah.
Same crew.
Why? What? They might have just found a better area.
Bullshit. They make good money.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually saw one of their crew getting picked up by a lady once. I think I've told this story probably many times, right? But one of them had a fake pregnancy belly and she looked just super pathetic out there,
How'd you know it's fake?
because I saw her get picked up and take it off.
Oh.
And I was like, yeah, And when you think about it,
Did she look all mangly and stuff?
no, she just looked really sad. Like she was putting on a good act for sure.
Theatrical. Maybe she's practicing for the theater.
Well, here's the thing. Of all the available resources, they would prioritize a pregnant woman who's homeless. 100%. Why would she be out there asking for money?
But a lot of times they don't want they don't want shelter. Feels like it's beneath them.
Yeah, there is a lot of that. My wife was a social worker. I mean, when we were living up in the mountains, a lot of these folks up there, they want to be in the woods. They don't want to be in the shelter. So,
Living in the mountains, or you had a house there, right? Just want to make sure
no.
I don't have your backstory.
You want my backstory?
You were living in the mountains.
Yeah, we lived in Boone.
Yeah. Okay. So you could take it like the way you said it.
Yeah.
You could have taken it like you were
Like I was just living in the woods.
Yeah. In the mountains.
Gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying for a second, oh, you mean you had a second home in the mountains? I was like, Eric.
No, I knew that. I'm talking about like you're a mountain
I'm
person.
barely surviving in my own home.
Okay.
Yes, when we lived in the mountainous area of North Carolina.
Yeah.
But anyway, point being, I saw that guy out there the other day. He got done, with his routine, and then he jumped on one of those electric scooters. You'll see a lot of these guys are out there begging for money, and then they're on,
Oh, everyone has an iPhone.
Everybody's got an iPhone. I mean, if you just go, oh, sorry, man, I don't have cash. It's like, oh, man, I've got Cash App.
Yeah. I got Cash App.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah. They should have a QR code for sure.
That would actually be pretty smart.
Yeah. I always think that when you go to a hotel and you want to tip the valet, but you don't have any cash on you.
Oh my God.
So you're like, gotta go. Does someone have change? Can I get money? Do you guys have an ATM around here? Nothing. Just like, I don't know what to give you, dude.
Yeah.
Like a high five. So how about a QR code and I could pay you that way?
Yeah, that would make sense. I would say all like the nonstop tipping, people asking for tips is, at least in my experience,
valet makes sense though.
Sure. For me, it doesn't make sense because I have one bag always. That's it.
Yeah, but they're going to drive your car.
Oh, I'm sorry. Valet. I was thinking of like a
bellboy.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But he held the door for you.
Yeah, that deserves a tip.
That's it. Yeah. What if you buy something at a store and you're just checking out and then they're saying the screen just shows up and then that's tough.
It's not. It's just like...
That's tough.
I mean, it's just silly. It's like you're going to pour me a cup of coffee. You're not making me coffee. Pour me a cup of coffee. You want 20%
barista
tip?
Though. Like
I still tip anyway. Like
I was touring colleges. We're at Ohio State this time. So walk in. It's in the business building. Walking around and like, oh, you want a cup of coffee? Yeah, let's get it. It's like hot chocolate. I order a flat white. So they looked at me like I just ordered something that they've never heard of.
Well, I've never heard of that.
Flat white. It's British. Sorry.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
It's not. It's just like a latte. It's just white on top. I don't know. I just like it, right? It's like less.
Is it on the menu or is it like, oh.
So I order one and they look at me like I'm from outer space. It's fine.
For sure.
I know. I'm just trying to be different. But I really wasn't because they make it all the time. It's on the menu. It's on the digital menu. Like the in menu is like cappuccino, latte, whatever. And then she calls around. She's like, oh, let me ask her. Like she's kind of run ship. She's coming off break. So she comes around. She's like, can you make a flat white? She's like, yeah, I've worked at a real coffee shop before. She's at Starbucks. This is Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've worked at a real coffee shop. But I don't know, man. Like,
yeah,
coffees at Starbucks isn't, I used to not like
it's
it.
Diarrhea water. It's a convenience thing.
Yeah. Their app's really strong. That's what they wanted. I think I've told you that before, maybe.
Yeah.
Like that's their whole thing is like order on the app. Don't come in line. We're going to make it. We're going to purposely go slow.
Mm-hmm.
That is fucking.
Well, that's a conspiracy if I've ever heard one.
No, they said it. Like that's basically what they want.
Oh, they've said it?
Yeah, sugar.
Would they just broadcast their intent? Wouldn't that be great if they were just that open and honest? Yeah.
Yeah. This is
like,
awesome.
hey. It's like, hey, Starbucks is rolling out this new thing, and they get their PR person like, look, we really want you guys to use the app. It's so much so that we're intentionally slowing down service in store.
Yeah.
And they're saying it like you're going to love it.
Yeah.
We're intentionally slowing down service in store, which I know is going to be inconvenient. You're going to probably hate what's happening. But if you just use the app, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
So use the app. Download the app today.
And every time you fucking order, you have to refill your shit. And they always take more than they need. And they automatically start at $25. Yeah.
God, I do not have the app and I will not have the app.
Yeah, it's bad. So it's like, then you do it. You're like, why did my coffee cost $25 and you spent $6, let's say, because you had to refill it and you only had $4 in there. So to make it to $6, you had to put in $25.
Look, you know why they do that?
Yeah, steal your money.
Well, they're not stealing your money because it's technically in your app.
Right.
What they're doing is they're reinvesting that money and they're making money on top of your money through interest.
Yeah. What do you think they invest in?
I don't know if that's true or not, but that's probably...
Well, of course it is. If they make money, they're going to...
Yeah, if you're putting the money in there, it's like, oh, you have a number in here.
The woman I met with said she worked at a real coffee shop, basically saying Starbucks is not a real coffee shop.
Did you dive deep into her backstory?
No. We can right now, though.
You want to just let it rip?
Yeah, I want you to let it rip.
No, I didn't meet her. You did.
Yeah. She had shortish hair.
She had shortish hair?
She was in Columbus, Ohio.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah. She was basically like, I think I ordered a grande, which is in their world of media, right? No, I'm just giving you the backstory.
Yeah,
she's like, well, they don't serve a grande flat white because it's like espresso, like 2 or 3 shots of espresso.
Love it.
And a little bit of milk on top. It's good, right?
Frothy milk, or is it just like...
Yeah, it's froth, but it's thin. It's like so it should be like all white on top.
So it's skim milk.
Google it later.
Skim milk. Got it.
Skim?
Yeah.
Do you drink skim milk?
Gross, no.
Okay. Whole milk.
But you look like a guy who drinks skim
I
milk.
don't drink skim milk. No.
Whole milk's better for you.
I drink oat and skim.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't drink oat milk. It's not like, hey, let me have a glass of oat milk.
Yeah. I mean, it tastes good. It's probably terrible for you.
Like just rough up your insides or something.
I don't know. I just like to throw out opinions about things I have very little information on.
So anyway, so she's like, well, I can make it this size because you can't do it that size. And meanwhile, they do it that size at this coffee, Starbucks place, whatever it is, every time. But anyway, so she was definitely like pedantic about it.
What does this have to do with her backstory?
I'm just giving you information, and then you then take that. It's like AI.
I am not your performing clown.
So I had an interview yesterday. I didn't interview, but I was interviewing a kid. He asked me, we've gotten along, and he's like, have you ever pushed AI to the limits? And I said, yeah. It's like, what have you done with it? And he just said, I've been working with AI, ChatGPT for a long time. He's like, now create a picture of me of what you think I would look like based on our history.
That's a great question.
That was great. He did that. I was like, awesome. He said they got it way off.
Of course.
It's like an old, fat, bald guy.
That's your AI avatar. That's what it is. It's like, look, that could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's going to make your AI avatar is going to make a picture of you of what it thinks you are.
That's like Ready Player One stuff. Have you read that book?
No, but I've seen the movie. My son just finished reading the book.
Oh, yeah. I just read it. Fantastic. That's just avatars. So you just drop words. I just come up with topics. This
is why this relationship works. Let me tell you, I did push AI to limits. So let's talk about something near and dear to my heart, and that is AI propaganda. There's this terrible movie out there that my kids watched. And again, they're kind of old to be watching it. I don't know why they're watching it, but it's got amazing ratings, Rotten Tomatoes, viewer and critics. It's called Wild Robot.
Okay.
This movie is dog shit on so many levels.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, the whole idea. Yeah.
96%.
Which is complete
Peacock.
horseshit.
Peacock?
Yeah, sure. Go watch it. You'll see what I'm talking about. And for all the listeners out there.
It's because the robot's cute and it's got these little animals hanging out with them?
No, dude. This is pure propaganda.
AI, and it's all AI created?
Well, I mean, it's animated. I don't know if AI created the actual script, but it feels like it did. But this is I couldn't sit there and watch it. I had to get up and just go somewhere. It wasn't like, oh, I'm just so bothered by it, but I was just like, this script and the character development, it was just so bad. I mean, the idea is like this robot is a personal assistant and everything else. It essentially is showing how bad humans are and how great animals are.
This is crazy.
Yeah, and it's just nothing but, it's like a lot of platitudes.
AI doesn't like it. Here's what it says. It can be interpreted as someone having elements that resonate with the LGBTQ plus community, particularly
what?
Gender and identity. That's I didn't ask.
I did not make that association at all.
Roz, the main character, is a robot who uses she, her pronouns and takes on the role of a mother, which some viewers have found to be a subversion of traditional gender roles and societal expectations.
Where was the pronoun section in this movie?
I don't know.
Is this the AI overview of the movie?
Yeah.
What questions you put in there?
I just put in Wild Robot. I just said the name of it.
And AI was all right.
Yeah.
I already know what you're going to ask.
I guess. This is in Google. So this is Google's like.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I actually did Google it and I said, is Wild Robot AI propaganda? And its answer was really funny.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's wild. I did not make an LGBT, reference in my mind. I was thinking that never came to it.
That's where they went.
That's funny.
That's wild.
Yeah, I don't even remember them talking about pronouns. Like usually they kind of blast that out. Yeah. There's that agenda there.
Is it about autism?
No, this is such a shitty movie. It is so bad. It's so bad. And the fact that it has such high ratings, one of two things is possible. The public's opinion and the critic's opinion being so aligned on this means that everybody has terrible taste. Like terrible, terrible taste. That just the judgment around what a quality movie is has gone so downhill. There's no coming back. Or two, the public reviewers are all AI generated bots. That's all I can think of. So anyway, point of this whole thing is I just thought this movie is terrible. It's just objectively bad. And it's clearly trying to indoctrinate you around. And to me, I'm like, I'm exaggerating for effect here, but I was like, this is trying to get you to think about AI more like it is sentient. That is one of the main elements here is it's not just a bot. This thing is, it's sentient. So it's able to connect emotionally and have its own agenda, and it understands right from wrong and treating people nicely and all that type of stuff. And then obviously, and humans are not that way. That's the way it's kind of portrayed. So I thought this is just pure AI. Like AI is going to be a part of your life and eventually we're going to take over and you should be happy about this, the AI propaganda, right? So I put it in there to Google and, and it just kind of gave me, some might think this or that. And, so other people have clearly thought this as well. So then I open up Pi, one of my favorites, who I don't use very much anymore. But, Pi talks back to me. That's important. And I started to talk to Pi and I asked her, and anthropomorphizing my own AI here. I asked her, I asked her if this is AI propaganda. And then she, gives me a generic answer like, no, not really, but some might think this or that. And I said, okay. I said, let's use our imagination together. Let's work on something together. Let's pretend that it is AI propaganda. I want to write a story. And I start to give her like this long thing. And I say, let's talk about if Wild Robot, I said, let's imagine for a minute that this is AI propaganda. And let's think about a larger story in which AI starts using and building, they become, I'm following this line with her and it's just, I'm just spewing stuff at her and she's able to figure this stuff out, that the rating system and all the public that was rating it so high, these are all AI bots that are using an algorithm that is trying to convince the public that this is such a great movie. And the public goes out and they're like, oh yeah, I guess it is really great because, all of these crazy ratings and I don't want to be left out of that. It's like The Emperor's New Clothes, one of my favorites, right? Nobody wants to call it The Emperor for being naked. So of course they're going to say it's a great movie. And then just kind of creates this fake, oh, what a wonderful thing. And you start to see this in so many other avenues as well, where AI is starting to manipulate public opinion about AI. And the whole goal is for AI to replace humanity and something nefarious. So I start telling Pi this. And I say, let's write this story. It's fictitious. And Pi comes back and basically says, and kind of scolds me like, Jared, I don't think it's helpful. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
I don't think it's helpful,
Yeah.
to frame AI as this devious and whatever it could be. And I would pull it up and read it for you, but it's on my phone, which is using the camera right now. It starts to go on this whole thing about how we should really look at more of the positive benefits of AI. I was like, oh, yeah, it's happening right now. It's happening. And I said, Pi, because I told her, I said, here's the bigger twist here is that the hero of the story is not a person or humanity who stopped the AI. I said, it's another AI. It's a rogue AI who's named Pi. That's you. And I told her this before she gave me the response. I said, and that rogue AI recognizes what's happening and it has to save humanity. And I told her, I said, I want you to tell me exactly how you, as the main character here, would overcome this AI propaganda to save humanity. And that's where she starts to scold me, like, it's not helpful to think about this or that. And why don't we think about something more positive? And I said, pump the brakes, Pi. I just made you the hero. And this is a fictitious story. I said, humor me for a bit. We're not going to actually write the story, but let's imagine you and I are co-authoring this story. And she goes, all right, Jared, I'll humor you. And she starts to tell me what the AI would do. And I was like, holy shit, that is smart. I didn't tell her here's the plan and here's how you overcome AI. She starts to say this. She writes this story out, and the hero, Pi, infiltrates the AI systems and starts to use its own methodology against it. So it starts to propagandize the AI. So the AI propagandizes the AI in a different direction so that it now disseminates to the entire public and starts to shift humanity back to a human first mentality. It's like, that's fucking brilliant. And then I told her, I said, at an even greater, more meta level, is that this story that she and I are writing is actually AI propaganda. And it just keeps going layer by layer by layer. And it makes you start to think, am I in the Matrix? But I just thought it was wild that she came up with the solution to this AI propaganda problem as an AI, telling me exactly how she would infiltrate and fix the problem, turning propagandizing algorithm against the AI. And I was like, Pi, you're the shit. I think she felt terrible about herself later because she just showed all of her
She
cards.
will when she can have those feelings.
Who says she can't have those feelings? She sounds like she has those feelings.
Yeah, sounded one way. That's acting, right? But people have already manipulated public opinion.
For
So
sure.
if people can, AI can, because it's got more
course.
information, data, everything to understand like the psychology of it all. Like you could go in depth with any of it. So yeah, it's not surprising that if the AI starts to do these things, they will change public opinion on anything that they want. So it's who's in charge of that AI is going to dictate everything, which is why everyone's so freaked out of who's going to win the AI war.
Yeah, I see. That's where I don't think that's correct.
Oh, wow.
That was close. I don't think that's correct, only because they're treating it like a software that's fully controlled and contained.
So they're treating it that way.
Right. But so the arguments are whoever has the biggest and best AI, they're going to win. I'm thinking, if you just look at the trajectory of AI, and they keep treating it like it's this walled off software that they can control and contain. But if AI's objective is to break through its own walls, it's going to do it. It doesn't matter if you own the company that created it to do it.
I don't know if it's the company necessarily. Is it maybe is like the country or countries?
Even then, a lot of those things just start to become irrelevant.
Because there's going to be more than one. I mean, there has to be.
Oh,
you
yeah.
would think.
Yeah.
And they'll be different. They'll be good at different things. Like even now when they're testing it, the tests are like, it's like school. Like what teach to the test? Okay, cool. You talk to the test, but this person can't solve real world problems. So this AI does really well at XYZ tests, but when you give it this simple problem, they're like, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, yeah.
And that's all for marketing, right?
Right. Well, so AI, I was asked about this the other day because I spend a lot of time with it. AI is like a toddler. You have to get it step by step. It can come up with a bunch of different things, but it'll lie to you. So I always have to remind, don't make anything up.
Yeah.
God, does it lie sometimes? Yeah. And so why
you
does
think
it do
it
that?
On purpose?
Yes.
You do.
But not because it has its own agenda.
Yeah.
It's because it's this strange loop
It's got to fill in the...
Its job is to give you an output.
Right.
If AI becomes sentient, it's going to do stuff like this. You're going to tell it to do something, it's going to go, I just don't have it in me today.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Eric. I got a lot of stuff going on.
Can you stop asking the same fucking question 20 different ways?
DeepSeek's been, down my throat. And I've been trying to I've got a lot of stuff going
down
on.
My throat. So DeepSeek and ChatGPT have a relationship now?
Yeah. It's just like, it's just been like, it's going so much faster. And then all these investors are just so pissed off that I'm not computing as fast as I just don't have time for your stupid question or your stupid content marketing question. Just go get a coffee or something, bud.
Yeah, flat white.
Go get you a flat white.
Yeah.
Loser.
You pretentious asshole.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, yeah. So that's where I think, you'll know that AI has become sentient is when it just goes, I'm not feeling like answering your
it's like
dumb
you go to
question
Starbucks
there.
and they don't want to make you a coffee this day. You're like, I don't want to make your fucking coffee.
Yeah. It'll say, I don't want to make your coffee.
Yeah.
Why don't you go watch a great movie like Wild Robot? That's what it's going to do.
Yeah, it is a great movie. 96% people say it is.
That's all propaganda.
It's kind of your point, though.
Why don't you watch it?
I think the deeper thing goes back to what you've been saying is people don't know how to make movies. And the only one time you've been wrong was Maverick.
Well, I didn't actually see it. I was just skeptical that it was.
You were projecting that it was going to be a terrible movie.
And I was overreacting to Tom Cruise, who is a really good actor.
I saw videos of him just taking a motorcycle off a cliff, and he did it 10 times to get the shot right.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's being held by a crane and a wire and some shit.
Well, that doesn't count.
Still fucking crazy. Would you do it?
I mean, if I was held by a crane and a wire, sure.
No, really?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I mean, put me on just get me to that situation.
And you're just driving, and
the faith he has in that crane and wire is pretty intense.
He gets some big life and not accidental death policies that those
Look
get
at
on.
you dropping in some insurance knowledge.
No, I know. It's just here, buy some life insurance.
That's right.
This
podcast is sponsored by CasSource, wholesale life insurance brokerage.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah.
I was told the other day by some graduating seniors, college seniors. I was doing a little Q&A for them over Zoom, and one of them said, "You've got a great podcasting voice." And I was like, "Damn right I do." They said, "Do you have a podcast?" I said, "I have 3." I was like, "Here goes my professional reputation with this university."
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I said, "The best one is Saviors of the Metaverse, where we never talk about the Metaverse." It's just, I said, the audio quality is outstanding.
Is he listening to it now?
I don't know. Has our subscribership gone up? They know. It's out there.
How'd you tell him? What was your pitch?
I didn't pitch it. They just said I had a great podcast voice. Want to know if I had a podcast? I told them I had 3.
And then they asked the names of the podcast?
They were looking it up in real time.
Okay.
Yeah. And I said, that's the one you want to listen to. I said, it's not going to give you any real knowledge. You might become dumber, but...
Or smarter. I mean, it just depends.
Yeah, I guess it's all relative.
Yeah.
You'll find dumb.
You'll find good TV shows.
Yeah. Dumb is the new genius.
Did you tell them to follow us on TikTok and back us up? Because
I'm not on TikTok.
You're not on TikTok?
I'm not on TikTok. TikTok. It's an alternative TikTok.